We're back here at 6:49. Some groups rescue dogs, others birds, but can you muster any sympathy for snakes?
Yeah, believe it or not, some people rescue rattlesnakes, including one group of volunteers here in Kern County. So why on earth would anyone want to rescue rattlesnakes? 17's Eytan Wallace has the answer as he introduces us to the snake guys.
They slither, they jump, and yes, they bite. This year, snakes have certainly made their presence known in the mountains of Kern County. Up in Bear Valley Springs, it's just another day for these volunteers with the group known as the Bear Valley Springs Snake Guys. Chris Budge and Debbie Swarens volunteer with the group. They spend much of their time responding to rattlesnake sightings across the greater Tehachapi and Bear Valley Springs areas. Today, they're doing just that. This call coming in of a snake seen in the basement of a home.
It's never a good thing when you find a snake in your house.
Two women keep the mood light as they drive to the home, but upon arrival, things get serious.
How long ago did you see it go in?
Chris and Debbie immediately speak with the homeowner and enter the basement. At first, no luck. But then, jackpot.
All right. There we go. Well, that was about a medium-sized one.
The homeowner who lives here, grateful.
Even the snakes don't deter us. They're all well fed. They move slowly. You call the snake guys, and you're good to go.
And he was not the only one who called the snake guys on this day. Just minutes after the first call, these two received another call from a neighbor just a few houses down. This time, they find the snake almost immediately underneath a shed near the driveway. As part of their mission, the snake guys provide the homeowner with education and awareness. In this case, they tell homeowner Christine Clark to make sure her family pets receive a special vaccine that protects against rattlesnake bites. They also encouraged Clark to trim plants up off the ground.
Well, thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. We're so appreciative of you.
Clark and her children freaked out when they saw this rattler underneath their family shed. But the stress, thanks to the snake guys, is gone for now.
It was perfect timing, and I am so grateful because, yeah, they're the experts. So.
Busy morning, you'd say, right?
Well, yeah, busy morning. You're always cautious, and yes, you know, you don't want to get bit. You want to be respectful of the snake.
Something calm just comes over us, and when you're in that space, you're able to focus and get the snake. Because the worst thing is to leave without a snake. You never want that to happen.
The Bear Valley Springs Snake Guys have caught more than 250 snakes this year alone, and more than 100 of those are rattlesnakes. In fact, as of now, the group has caught exactly 175 rattlesnakes and an additional 100 non-venomous snakes. To put that into perspective, that's more than the group caught all of last year. Never once has a Snake Guys volunteer been bitten.
Okay, in here we're going to try to put him in the bucket.
Ron Hayton founded the Snake Guys 31 years ago. His experience with snakes dates back to when he was just a toddler.
That's all there is to it.
Hayton says 3 decades ago, the sheriff in charge of this area was deathly afraid of snakes, so he put Hayton in charge of all the snake calls.
He officially named me the snake guy. You called him for a snake in the yard, he'd drive up and shoot it with his pistol. So he didn't like doing that.
And neither does Hayton. In fact, Hayton and his snake guys do not kill the snakes. Instead, they capture the animals alive, often taking care of them before releasing them back into the wild in non-populated areas with approval from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. Case in point, this garden snake.
This guy was stepped on by a horse. He's got a real bad injury, but I've been able to doctor it. And he's healing up very nice, but he still doesn't have a very good attitude.
But why so many snakes this year?
It has nothing to do with the time of day. All it has to do is the temperature.
Hayton says because snakes are cold-blooded creatures, they need to keep warm in the surrounding environment. The drought and hot temps have likely amplified that, with snakes out and about more than usual. And it's not just in the mountains. They've also been seen on the valley floor. As temps continue to soar, and with no end in sight to the drought, Hayton and the snake guys stand ready for the next call.
We shouldn't just move into their backyard and kill them. We should move into their backyard and try to help them out. So that's what we do.
Helping humans and protecting snakes. So next time you see a rattler in your neck of the woods, you know who to call. The Snake Guys. In Bear Valley Springs, Eytan Wallace, 17 News.
We don't want it to come open.
You can directly reach out to Ron Hayton and the Snake Guys at 661-203-4468. And as this is a strictly volunteer group, they take monetary donations via check or on Venmo at Ronald Hayton. We've posted a link to that and the Snake Guys official Facebook page on our website, kget.com. And actually, they did bring us one to show off on. No,
I've learned my lesson from you. I know you always try to get me every time. You did it a couple of years ago.
Since you fell for that one. I thought maybe again.
No, I learned my lesson. I will say though,
I would not bring a rattlesnake in here. I promise.
Yeah. No, you know what they need? They need like a theme song, like the Ghostbusters.
For sure.
The Snake Guys.
We'll come up with one.
If there are any musicians out there watching this morning, come up with something.
Let us know.
Let us know.
We want to hear it.
Yeah.